Okay, so now we're going to review our listening course benefits. Our listening course has many benefits to offer, including strategy and tactics and knowledge of note taking and how to answer questions and watching out for trap answers. Those are all included. We're going to touch on some of those special course benefits that really make this course worthwhile. These course benefits are available to you in the if you're taking the entire our entire TOEFL IBT online course that covers all four sections, or if you're only specifically taking the listening course, you're going to get these same benefits. So let's go ahead and take a look at these wonderful benefits. Course benefit number one is you're going to be able to understand conversation note taking. In this course benefit, you'll have an opportunity to have a live online class with your instructor and review how to take notes from a conversation, focusing on the language, indicating important information, organization, and answering based upon your notes. So essentially, you'll be online with us. We use a program called WizIQ, which is a wonderful online teaching platform. And in this teaching platform, we will play a conversation that you can hear on your computer, and then we're going to demonstrate for you, or walk you through step by step how to take notes and how to recognize what's the important information to know when something, what's the important information that indicates a note to be taken down. That's really beneficial, because we also teach you about how to organize and structure your notes, knowing when to move from one section of your notes to another, so that your notes are very well organized and you have all the answers right there. So that's a really great benefit. Course benefit number two is conversation question answering. Another benefit is that after learning how to take conversation notes, you're going to then know how to apply those notes to answering questions, because that's the key to getting a high accuracy rate on the listening section of the TOEFL IBT. Is not relying on your memory. Memory is the worst thing to rely on when you're trying to do the TOEFL IBT listening section. TOEFL IBT listening is not like ESL listening. It's not the same at all. In ESL school, they teach you about relying on your memory, write down what you remember. That's not what the TOEFL IBT listening is. It's university skill listening. And so we're going to teach you how to take notes from a conversation and then how to apply those notes. It is done in a live online class. That way you can answer questions and get feedback in that particular online class. Course benefit number three, lecture note taking. You'll have an opportunity to have a live online class with your instructor and review how to take notes from a lecture, focusing on, again, the important information that indicates the professor saying something important, how to organize, how a lecture is structured, so that you can take great notes from a lecture. What are those common keywords in real talk dialogue that indicate something important is being said, and how you're supposed to take notes. And of course, benefit number two, lecture question answering, where we teach you how to apply those notes to answering questions, so that you have a high accuracy rate. These course benefits are going to help you be more efficient and more accurate on your real TOEFL IBT. And so we really look forward to your taking advantage of these course benefits, and I personally look forward to being your instructor. So thank you very much, and enjoy the course. Okay, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about vocabulary now. Vocabulary is very important when it comes to the TOEFL IBT. I can't, especially for reading comprehension, I can't stress enough how important it is that you really learn and practice a lot of vocabulary. A lot of vocabulary. I have provided for you here 4 vocabulary lists. Each one's a little bit different, but if you learn the words on these vocabulary lists, you're going to be able to get a great score for reading comprehension in every other section of the exam. You can't, for the TOEFL IBT, you can't go into this exam thinking that you've gone to ESL school and therefore you have enough vocabulary to be able to do well on the exam. In ESL school, they're not giving you all the necessary academic vocabulary that you really need to know for the TOEFL IBT. You're getting some of it. It's not all that way, and you're getting some of what you need. But you really have to make the effort to study vocabulary. When you study vocabulary for the TOEFL IBT, it's about learning, of course, the meaning of the word, but also you need to make sure that you're learning synonym language. Okay, synonym language is very, very, very important. You should learn the meaning of a word and then learn 3 or 4 synonyms of that word. So when people ask me about studying vocabulary, what I like to do is I like for people to get a note card, and on the front of that note card, they'll write the vocabulary word, and then on the back of that note card, they'll write maybe 3 or 4 synonyms of that word. That way, if you know what one of those words mean, you know what that whole family of words means. And so it's really, really important that you learn vocabulary that way, because on the TOEFL IBT, when they ask you vocabulary questions, it's always about which word is closest in meaning to this word. And so they're asking you about synonym language. When you look in a question for reading comprehension, and you spot the keywords in the question, and then you look for the keywords in the passage, it's all about recognizing synonyms and similar language. Because if you can do that, and also when you read the keyword sentence in a passage, you'll know what the sentence means because you have a good vocabulary. And so having a great vocabulary, you cannot underestimate it. When people ask me, well, how much vocabulary should I learn? You should be learning at a minimum of 100 words every week if you're really studying for the TOEFL IBT. A minimum of 100 words every week. And that's not, that's something that is very doable. But you have to be committed to doing it. You have to be committed to increasing your vocabulary. All right, so this vocabulary list is pretty good. It gives you the vocabulary word absurdly, and it gives you some synonyms of it or the meaning of it, and they give you how it's used in a sentence. So we have a lot of vocabulary words here. Make sure you know these words, understand these words. It's going to help you a lot. On this next vocabulary list, this is a good one. I like this one also. They give you the vocabulary word abandon, and then what they give you is the definition and synonyms. All right, that's so important. That's the way I really think you should study. This is a great vocabulary list, and if you learn the meaning of the word and the synonyms, then you're really learning vocabulary the TOEFL IBT way. Next, we have an academic word list, and this is a really good word list also. It's broken down into different sub lists, and you should, some of these words you should definitely know already. But like I said, learn the meaning of the word, and then I would take the word approach, and then on the back of it, I'll write that on the front of a note card, and then on the back of the note card, I would write 3 or 4 synonyms of the word approach, and that way I'm really preparing for the TOEFL IBT. But learn the words on this academic words list. It's a great, great words list. Here we have a descriptive words list, and this descriptive word list is awesome because on the TOEFL IBT they use a lot of descriptive words. Also, learning the words on this list is going to help you tremendously in your speaking and your writing, because you can be more descriptive in your speaking and more descriptive in your writing by knowing a lot of these vocabulary words. And so it really just increases your writing level and your writing score. Also, when you hear these kind of descriptive words in the listening section, you'll know what these words mean, but it's broken down into different categories. And so we hope that you go through this list also, because we think it's an excellent list in terms of just improving and increasing your general vocabulary by learning descriptive words. And this final list, this one out of China, I like this list a lot. I'm not sure how they did it, but somebody has gone through the different TPOs and they have pulled out all the academic words from the passages, not the actual vocabulary question words, but just academic type words from each passage that you need to know. So if you speak Chinese, you can know the meaning, but if you don't speak Chinese, you have to look up the meaning of the words. But really, this is just an awesome, awesome list, because these are actual words from reading passages that they've made. And if you know these words, your vocabulary is going to be really, truly excellent. And so we encourage you to really go through this list, making sure that you know what these different words mean, because it just increases your vocabulary and understanding. There's a direct correlation between how much vocabulary you know and how high your score is going to be. So please, please, please study, study, study vocabulary. Can't stress it enough. Can't stress it enough. I hope that you follow our advice and study from this list. Thank you very much.